What is up? I'm Brennan Detzler, and if you haven't heard of today's player on Future Watch, you've been living under a rock in the Siberian Arctic. Today, we'll be taking a look at none other than Shane Wright. Shane Wright has been the consensus first overall pick for the 2022 NHL Draft since the ripe age of around 15, when he was granted exceptional status to the OHL and made his debut for the Kingston Frontenac. As a 15-year-old, he became the youngest player to ever wear a letter for their team in the CHL history when he was named assistant captain and went on to put on up a whopping 39 goals and 66 points in 58 games, which trails only John Tavares for goals by a 15-year-old in CHL history. Is that good? It wasn't until the last month or two that Wright's stranglehold on the first overall spot was put into question whatsoever, but as we approach the draft, all the fans who were thinking the price is right are now wondering if the price is going to be cool or if the price is going to be Slavkovsky? Well, without further ado, let's take a look at Shane's game and see whether we feel he still deserves to go numero uno.
And a nice steal by Canada, and they're going to connect at the back. Oh, my goodness.
One of the biggest knocks on Shane Wright's game this season was his point production. And while I do think that's fair, because, I mean, as someone who's been expected to go first overall since you were 15 years old, you probably expect him to put up just absolutely insane point totals and blow everyone else out of the water in the league. However, his totals were still very respectable. Shane Wright ranked second among draft-eligible CHL players, and he put up 1.46 points per game, which was only behind the draft legend himself, Jordan Dumais. And, I mean, while it might not be what some people expected, 92 points over a course of 63 games is a fairly respectable number. You look a little bit deeper at his point production, and you see that about a game. I mean, that's a strong number. His numbers weren't inflated from being on the power play. His primary points on the power play were .26. So again, doesn't look like he was having a ton of power play production. And then you look at his shooting percentage and it came in at 11%. And as someone who I think has the best shot in the draft, you kind of start to wonder if his point production could have been even higher than what it was. So all in all, I mean, it definitely isn't as strong as it could be, and I think kind of with how excited he got us before the pandemic hit and the productions he put up as a 15-year-old, we really had high expectations of Wright. His point totals are still solid. He had 66 primary points this season. I mean, it's strong. It's still ahead of Savoy, Furcus, anyone else other than Dumais. So looking at it, I mean, I don't think that there's a ton that you can really look at here and say, well, he just didn't put up enough, because while it wasn't exceptional like his status was, it was still pretty solid. While Shane Wright has a ton of offensive weapons, his bread and butter is most definitely his shot. Wright's shot possesses an incredible amount of power, and the accuracy he possesses is something only the best snipers in the world are capable of. Wright typically relies on his elite level positioning and hockey IQ to identify open lanes that he can sneak into undetected to receive a pass, and then he utilizes his exceptional power and accuracy to either bury a one-timer or snap home a cheeky wrister. One thing that really stood out to me about Wright's shot is that he often shoots for high scoring percentage areas. If you watch the best scorers in the NHL, such as Alexander Ovechkin, they meticulously aim their shots at a height just above the goalie's pad and on the blocker side, or glove side in some cases. I've seen Wright do this countless times, and even more impressive, Wright will often change the angle of his stick blade right as he's releasing the puck to use deception on the goalie and hide where he intends to shoot it.
The far point. 2 minutes slashing. Drops it back, Zellweger. Moves to the high slot. Now Bedard takes the shot and scores. No, that was Wright. 15. Wright gets the goal.
And a nice steal by Canada, and they're going to connect at the back. Oh, my goodness.
He takes a shot there from Del Mastro. Chromiak bumps his man. Now we'll try to get to the loose puck. Out front to right, he scores! Beautiful play, Mark Chromiak. It's a 1-1 game.
Oh, for Chromiak. Chromiak. He's tied up. Zayd Wisdom in there as well. They score! Shane Wright waits in front for the puck to come loose. Right onto his stick.
Chromiak's got Wright with him. It's a 2-on-1. Chromiak waits, dishes. Wright, one-timer scores! What a pass and what a goal!
Well, you see the chemistry that's developing between.
Move it up ice to back. His pass knocked away. Wright on the far side. Trying to take that to the net, and he scores. Shane Wright, what an effort. As it looked like he...
Jenkins is a 2-on Wright. Wright with Chromiak. Shane Wright goes top corner on Tristan Lennox.
Tristan Lennox, let me introduce you to Shane.
And Gross, couple of tough defensemen to play against. They've got the assignment, but Wright's in tight, and he scores. Shane Wright does it again. He keeps producing for the Frontenacs.
Back to the line. Brahani to Wright. Shane Wright drifts in. Shot, scores. An elite shot by the future star of
the season series. 3-2 right now. One shootout game between them. Scores! Off the draw, a quick one. Beats Jones.
Got a piece of it. Kenny, yes, knocks it out of the ice. Chromiak and Wright moving up. And Brotney 3-on-1. Flip for Wright, going in alone, scores. We'll see if that...
Moving up the center, use a giveaway. Frasca back short-handed. Gives to Shane Wright, scores! And just like that, the Generals give up a shot.
Now Fred got it out to center, but then played to Wright, kicks it to his stick, shoots, scores. Shane Wright's first career hat trick in the OHL, a natural hat trick.
Through the big skates of Evan Brand, and back the other way comes Shane Wright. He's got Wisdom with him. Wright fires and scores! At the end of the
Chromiak on the far side, down low to Wisdom for Wright. Scores! Holy moly! Right under the bar on the glove side. Wow.
His skates. Meanwhile, Frontenac's back the opposite way. Wisdom far side, one-timer, they score. Shane Wright from the left side of the net. It's one.
Falls down, Del Mastro knocked him over. And Belanger at the point, shot through traffic, rebound in front. Wright scores, and we're tied at 1. Shane Wright's on the board.
Wright feeds it towards the left wing point. Comes to Brotney. Right side Wright. Walks in, shoots, scores. Glove side. It's 2-0 Kingston. Both from Shane Wright, and he is...
And Wright got it out to Chromiak. Across the line, back to Shane Wright. Wright stops, through the air he goes, rolls in on net. And what a stop by Lever to get the right.
Taken away. Offman now. And he gets bumped hard at the blue line. And a whistle from there.
That was actually a goal by Shane Wright. Shane Wright took the shot.
Oh my.
Shane.
Back the other way.
Man, Shane Wright.
Big guns like Brett Harrison.
Frontenacs trying to find an equalizer here. Shane Wright busting through, and he hooked this one up top over the...
Deflects that one. Now Wright's on top of it. Wright takes a shot, deflected once again by Shostak. Here's a shot right down the middle. Beautiful play by Canada, and it's Wright once again.
These first two have come in kind of slow.
Shane Wright scores. So Ottawa.
The next thing I wanted to highlight about Shane Wright is his skating. Now, it's not even that I feel like Shane Wright is an elite skater. I do, however, feel like Shane Wright is an incredibly strong skater who maintains good balance and momentum. Even more importantly, though, I feel like Shane Wright's game never misses a beat when he's at full speed. His mind processes the game so quickly, and he's able to let off absolute bombs of a shot while in stride, seamlessly stick handle around opponents, at full speed or move into an empty lane with space when he doesn't have the puck to set himself up in a scoring position.
Long feet ahead for Wisdom. Cross ice for Chromiak. Took it off the boards. Flipped in front. Right after it scores. What a goal. Wow, Shane Wright.
Looked like he was getting pushed off the puck, but he's just so strong on his feet.
Now, the last part of Shane Wright's game that I want to talk about is the same part of his game that I feel makes him deserving of going first overall. When you watch Shane Wright play hockey, it's hard not to wonder how he is always in the right place at the right time. However, watching him more and you realize that this is far more than just a coincidence. Shane Wright has elite positioning, and while that might seem like an odd thing to highlight for a player, Wright's hockey IQ and positioning due to his hockey IQ is precisely the reason why he's discussed as a potential franchise player. When Wright doesn't have the puck, he's always moving to the areas of the ice that will make it the most ideal for him to obtain the puck. Whether that's an open area in front of the net where a rebound or a pass may make its way to him, or a defensive lane that will cut off an attacker, Wright always knows where to be. His situational awareness and understanding of everything that's going on around him at all times is rivaled by no one in his draft class. This tool is something that may not be flashy, however, it is practical and highly translatable. All in all, I feel like Shane Wright is as deserving of the first overall pick as he was when he stepped into the OHL 3 years ago. Sure, his season this year was a bit underwhelming, and he most definitely didn't live up to the exceptionally high expectations we had set out for him, specifically because of how he made us sit at the edges of our seats when he wasn't even supposed to be old enough to play in the CHL. With that being said, I don't feel confident that anyone really did wow us to that point. COVID-19 impacted a lot of people in many different ways, and I truly feel like Shane Wright's draft year was no different. Taking an entire season off for a 16 to 17-year-old developing hockey player can surely cause some waves in what could have been a smooth sail to the podium. However, watching Shane Wright play, the potential to be a true elite number one center in the form of John Tavares 3 to 5 years from now is most definitely still there.
Chromiak gets it to Belanger, finds Wright, shot, scores! Shane Wright picks off the corner.
Okay, well, there's a Brandon Wheat King connection right there. Eager for that one. So Edmonds moves this one over for Wright, scores!
Has it knocked off his stick. Wright will bring it in for Kingston. Right. Oh, what a shot. Right on the... Holy moly. Shane Wright from an angle.
Shane Wright kicks it skate to stick ahead for Edmonds. Wright goes to the net. Lucas Edmonds spins it in front. They score. Edmonds to Wright. And Kingston gets their top. Now Curry looks back to the point to Roger. Threw it towards the goal. Wisdom there. Rebound. They score. It's Shane Wright.